With that being said, yeah, because obviously I wanted to talk about just the year that everyone's had in it, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's like, I remember in 2019, that bare people was just, you know, that general consensus of, oh yeah, 2020 sounds like some mad futuristic shit. It's going to be I know everyone does, it's going to be my year every year and all of that, yeah. But obviously it felt like there was going to be something different about 2020. It's going to be lit and all of these type of things. And then like, obviously, there's just a massive turn of events. But pushing that aside, what was the year like for you, man? Like, what was it like?
It's a pretty shit, yeah.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, no, it was alright. But it was kind of still a shit year. And I wrote my whip off 2 days ago.
Oh, I saw that, bro.
Shit. Let's talk about that.
I don't
What
wanna talk
happened?
about it.
Where was you? What was going on?
I was in Norfolk.
I was not far from me.
Yeah, I was just driving.
Fox.
Back up. Nah,
Here you go, bro.
human.
You hit a human.
Nah, I didn't do that. Nah, I hit a human in a vehicle. I don't know. Someone slammed on their brakes, and I've slammed on mine, but it's wet and windy.
I've had one of them.
So like, the car, all
them.
four wheels of the car have stopped, but I'm skidding. I'm trying to make this stop, and it's just like. So yeah, flipping hit it like that's gone.
It's gone. Is it your fault?
I'm going home
Are you hitting it
on
from the
foot today.
back, innit?
I'm going home, yeah, from the
Yeah,
back,
so yeah,
like you
yeah.
should.
What? So let me. Yeah, I hear that. But you know what?
Because he's got a trivia now.
But you know what though? Yeah, that's now whiplash, and you get what I'm saying.
I'm not playing. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Personally, I think that happened to me because I've just been on too many podcasts recently. Yeah.
So it was a slow down.
Yeah, it's just like
I
God
hear
saying,
that.
"Hey, you gotta relax."
Yeah, you're feeling yourself.
Yeah,
now, innit?
relax.
You're feeling yourself. Chill out.
So-
Chill out.
Because of that, I didn't even do the whiplash thing.
No,
not-
no, bro. If it's your fault, they're gonna do that on you.
Bro, if I was the real me would have put 3 people in my car and said, "You lot whiplash halves."
Yeah, but how can you claim whiplash when it's your fault?
I can't, but the 3 people the 3 imaginary
Oh,
people
yeah,
that
true.
were in my car can.
Fair. Okay, fair.
So, but even me, I was just like, do you know what? Dan?
He
Like,
used to love crime.
let's
I
just
know, I'm
try. Let's just try and do legit now, full on. So I didn't even do the backhand thing. I phoned my insurance. I'm just like, yeah, I crashed. It's probably my fault. I don't believe it's my fault. It's probably my fault. I'd like to claim, please, because nowadays, this thing has changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it's good though, because you know what? We've worked really hard to get to this point where you can say, I would like to claim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before, man's on
son.
eBay trying to find like new front ends and
Yeah, I
that,
know.
pretend it's not a Cat D and like just fix up the car and do all of that. Nowadays, I'm just like, do you know what? I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. So I thought, do you know what? I need to see this year out. I'm alive. Let's get to 2021 because this year, for a lot of people, has been a write-off. For me, it hasn't been anywhere near as bad as it could have been.
Right.
Nowhere near as bad as it could have been.
Can I just say it on the car crash thing, yeah? Because remember I had a crash as well, and it was the youth's fault. He smashed into he was on the ped and that, smashed into me, whatever. Writ himself off, bruv. The bread's on the flipping top of my whip. All of that. Bro, his shoe was far. And then it was only his adrenaline that got him
How
up,
did
yeah?
you know his shoe was far though?
Because he was he had one shoe on and he was hopping trying to find the shoe. And then we found the shoe by the flipping estate block, yeah? That's how mad it was. But it was the adrenaline that's got him up, yeah? So I'm saying to him, brother, you all right? Like, fucking hell, bro. Like, what's good? What? Then he was like, what happened? So I'm chatting to him, whatever. His brethrens have come out. I said, bro, have you got insurance? He was like, yeah. Then I said to him, obviously, because the last time I had this thing go on, I got scammed in it, yeah? So I'm going to have to call the police so they come. I said, have you got anything on you? If you got something on you, plant that off, yeah? So he's gone off because I knew maybe he's got thing. So he's gone off, he's planted whatever he's had off.
You're a good one,
whatever.
you know.
He's come back now and then we've done all of that. But then, you know, like the people kept calling me about claiming and that, yeah? And I was going to claim, but then I thought, you know what? I remember one time I hit into one guy, yeah? And it was my fault, yeah? And then, anyway, all of that got sorted out. My insurance sorted it out or whatever. When it was time for me to renew my insurance, bro, it went up by like 1,000%. they're telling me my insurance now is like $3,500. And
No
that.
claims are protected though. That's why I'm going for insurance.
Okay. So do you know what? I said to myself, I'm just not even going to claim because I just thought this is only going to end up fucking up his insurance later on down the line. He's a young you.
Also, it just depends on the damage. My damage, if I try and go alone and do that, it's probably still going to cost me 4.5 bags.
Okay.
I'd rather just pay my $5 excess or whatever it is and say, look, that's why I have insurance. I've been paying insurance for 100 years. You lot fix this now.
Yeah, but you do know that when someone claims, when someone claims the whiplash and all that type of shit, and that gets paid, that affects your insurance as well.
So, either way, I'm gonna make a loss somewhere. I'd rather make that 4 or 5 bag loss, over a period of time, than just now.
Actually, I'm the opposite. I'd rather pay the 4.5, 5K now.
It was
so that it's gone, innit?
But here's my thing. My thing about car insurance.
5K, take it.
The car insurance.
You don't want to think about it
again. I'm usually like that, except every year my car insurance is flying up anyway because he's crashing or he's crashing.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm done with this shit now. The whole pretense of everyone saying, "Nah, don't go for insurance," it's mad. Even if I don't go for insurance,
it's peas.
It's
still mad.
It's peas.
Yeah. So for me, So I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for insurance. They'll probably find a reason to try and not pay out, and I might have to go my own way anyway.
Yeah.
But for now, it's a car, innit?
Fuck me, is that all the stuff you got to do when you're driving and you got your kids and
brother,
you at home?
Driving is an expense, you know?
Blood.
Especially when it's like, because with driving, bro, it's like random expenses. So everything's calm, and then all of a sudden this goes, or that goes, or you have a car accident, or some shit happens, bruv. Like, it's, bro, cars are, and if you are a careless person...
Me.
Bro, it's even more expensive.
But I reckon I was toying with the idea of changing my car anyway, because I've had that for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I usually don't keep cars for that long. It's just that there's nothing really for me to go into right now. I don't want to spend so much money on a car that it just kind of like makes no real sense.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling they'll write it off. If they do, they'll just run me the piece.
Yeah.
And then I'll just...
It's 9 o'clock, by the way. It's 9 o'clock.
I'll go in a minute.
Alright, cool.
We're in.
We're in. I hear that still. Yeah, we're in. So what are you saying? What are you saying, bro? The year, bro. No.
It's, do you know what? It's, obviously, it's been upsetting to see loads of people upset. I'll be real. You don't want to see your people upset. You know when you go yard and everyone's like, hey, it's all happy, good times. You like good vibes. And unfortunately, it hasn't been good vibes. So even from I don't want to talk from a personal perspective. It would be quite selfish. I just think, it's not been a great year.
Yeah.
But I hope we've, as people, have learned that we have to make decisions for ourselves. And I mean decisions from, not just from your yard, but from your yard right out to when you go work. They all have to be decisions that are the same and you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I think this is the year I think people realise without principles, I don't think you prosper. And people try to have different principles.
Now talk on that.
What do you mean?
Talk on that. Why do you say that?
Because I can say this. At the start of the year, real life, at the start of the year, man sitting down in my yard, drunk as fuck. I just come back from abroad, drunk as fuck, thinking, how the hell am I going to see my kids? That's what I'm thinking in January. How the hell am I going to visit? I know how to visit. How am I going to be able to physically see them? And now I've got them. The only way that happened was I said I have to have principles that I stick by at work, at home, with my friends, with my family. If it means people don't like me for a period of time, but they're my principles and I know they're good, then it's just like when people didn't like Jesus Christ for a little while. I'm not saying I'm Jesus Christ, don't be stupid. But he's the best example of someone that's gone through some stuff where people were questioning him, like, oh, I don't know about you. And now all of a sudden, you realise the decisions he's made were all worth it. So this year, I just done bare stuff that I usually wouldn't do and said, man's doing it. Even the Wiley interview, even going to my kid's house the first time, knocking the door, hearing their voices, thinking, all right, wasted about $4,500. And I was almost like, crash the car, innit? I thought, fuck it, I'll go back again. Yeah. And we went back again and we done it.
Persistence, innit? Persistence.
And it's not just persistence, it's principles, because you can be persistent but do the wrong thing.
True.
It's about having principles and saying, I don't care if you don't agree with me, you know? I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me. And most importantly, I'm doing it because it's right. So you can question me, you can ridicule me, you can take the piss out of me, but you cannot say I'm doing the wrong thing. And that's what allows me to feel comfortable. Whereas a lot of people will glamorize the wrong thing because it's popular and feel, I don't want to feel popular because everyone likes it. I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I care about the right thing. If this is the right thing to do and it's not popular, who gives a shit?
Right,
It's still the right thing. At least time later, I can look at my mum and say, Mum, do you know what? I thought it was the right thing to do. Maybe I got it wrong, or like everything stands from principles. I can align it to my principle. Why'd you do that at work? Principle. Why'd you do that at home? Principle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing to me. And I hope everyone else is seeing it like that.
Yeah. Would you say that, like, see the year as a whole, yeah? What do you feel like it was a year of hindrance or a year of self-productivity?
It has to be self-productivity. The reasons why I say principles are so important because the government has shown they don't have principles. We're in tier 4. We might end up in tier 7. That means whatever they told us was right at one point has not right now. Therefore, it's changed so much. So we're never going to be able to get good at any tier purely because we're not here long enough to understand how good it is. But if you have principles, at January, you don't know how to see your kids. And in December, you're spending Christmas with them. So I would advise anybody, take them principles, because that's not like them principles didn't bloody well help me at work as well. It did help me at work. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. I think everyone's self-productivity, it must come from self. Self, principle, family. I love you.
It is mad though as well, like how this whole, like everything just, there was a moment where it was like, right, everything just stopped.
Everything.
It just stopped, bro.
Everything.
I remember saying here on the pod, yeah, I remember we was like having conversations about it, cracking joke and that, whatever. I wasn't even saying the name right. And then obviously Boris made the announcement that, yo, everyone's gonna have to stay in their yard and that. But prior to that, I could laugh at it. But it was still kind of worrying at the time because the year before, 2019 was a sick year for me, yeah? So I'm going into this year, I'm thinking, yeah, it's gonna be lit. My diary's looking mad good.
Budgeted.
What? Let me tell you something. My diary was ram.
Yeah.
I got work. Yeah? Like, seriously. And then, literally in 1 week, bro, you see that diary? Blouse and skirt. Everything. Even the pink bits, which is the ones where I'm like chilling with people and hanging with people and that, everything was cleared. And so, for a moment, in my head, I'm like, oh shit, this is mad. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? And then, very quickly, for me, I was kind of like, I can't even control any of that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, all I'm gonna do now is just take some time to just chill, and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm gonna find a way to adapt somehow. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're still doing the pod and whatever it may be, but you know what? Somehow, certain things are gonna work itself out. I can't dwell in this too much. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, naturally, for some people, they didn't have the benefit of being able to do that because they may have had some stresses that they felt were I don't know, for whatever reason, needed that type of energy or whatnot. But for me, I was like, you know what? I got a family member who's not even well. So my thing is, you know what? This for me is actually a nice opportunity to take some time to actually chill with that family member and create some memories, so to speak. And we did. Do you know what I mean? We done loads of that. So
that's what the year is.
That's amazing.
I think that's what the year's done for a lot of people. Either like giving them time to spend with their own family or friends, or just time with themselves.
What? What year are you in? Big man. How are so much people on Clubhouse if they're all spending time with their family?
I don't know. Do you know
that was the last part of the year though.
I signed up like
it was
a
house
week
party.
Ago, yeah.
Go on.
I signed up like a week ago to this Clubhouse thing, yeah.
Say again?
I signed up to Clubhouse on like a week ago.
Right.
Lumos, yeah. Lumos telling me about Bitcoin, this, that. Trying to tell me Bitcoin chat shit. I'm getting bare invites, yeah. Then I'm here and flipping saying, bro, I invited you. Everyone's talking about Clubhouse. I'm like, what's that? I'm just like, alright, cool. I jump on just to see what it's about because I have no idea what it's about. I go in a room, yeah, and I just saw dick measuring.
What? Man was dick measuring?
No,
in the room?
not literally.
Oh, as you're saying, as a metaphor.
As a metaphor, like everyone's just like, yeah, what about this and that? Yeah, well, I just closed it. I've not opened it since. I was like, what is this?
Because everyone's got a stage.
Everyone
can be on the stage.
So I don't even really understand what it is. I just know that there's bare people on there
This is
doing
what I
the
think-
most.
Yeah, we've
Chuck,
done
Chuck,
we've
that
done
this is
this
what
already.
I think about
We've done this
2020.
already.
I think this is what's so sick about 2020. I think everyone is used to tolerating people. And they've adjusted their life to tolerate with people. And the moment that you got told you got to tolerate with yourself, you had no fucking clue what to do. From the moment you were born, you were tolerating people. When you go to nursery, you were tolerating people. Reception, you're tolerating people. Year 3, you're tolerating people. You're tolerating people right up until university, and then you get a job. And guess what you're doing? Tolerating people. The only people that don't tolerate people are freelancers. They are given the option on what they can tolerate. I'm so particular, I decided to only work with my friends because I genuinely can't tolerate shit. I have I don't have a lot of tolerance to things that I have no understanding of because it just means I'm going to be stationary for too long. I'm not too interested in that. When everybody was like, all right, cool, I'm just working this job. I don't know if I like him. I don't know if I don't like him, but I'm here so much. I'm just going to keep doing it. Boom, work stop. Now all of a sudden, you've been tolerating your partner. You've been tolerating your kids. You've been tolerating certain relationships in and around you. Now we've got to stop absolutely fucking everything and actually think to ourselves, what do I even like?
Yeah.
That's why you had so much anarchy and problems and everyone decided to create various different groups to tolerate each other. And they done marches tolerating each other. They made Clubhouse to tolerate each other. They're so afraid to tolerate themselves, they tolerate each other. And I just saw more ways of interacting. I just saw more communication. There's so much different things I saw via Christmas. These little video things where you can talk to people abroad. It's like, my G, if 2020 taught you anything is, if you don't know where you're going, you will get lost.
Right.
So stop tolerating people. Stop being in environments with everyone. And sit down with your fucking self and say, if I'm going to be in this fucking journey called life to 70, how the fuck are we getting there? And I tell you what, mate, eventually you've got to stop tolerating people.
Yeah. Do you know, it's interesting that you say that, yeah, because I think you're right that, like, it got to a point for a lot of people, yeah, where some people are not good and not able to spend time with themselves, innit?
Terrible.
And it's like that there is, it brings out all these different types of feelings, emotions, all of these different types of things, yeah. And like, if anything, you are right. Like, in some sense, the year could have taught some people in like, I need to pattern up my own thoughts and emotions and where I'm going and what I'm doing and like, and maybe even address some of the shit that I suppressed all of these years, because you're spending time by yourself now. Not everyone had the benefit of being able to be with family or see cousins or had a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Some people were actually genuinely on their own, and that's a hard thing to be when you ain't comfortable with yourself. If there's something that you've got suppressed, do you know what I mean? Like, and also not even just that, like, there's all of these things that society has in some way conditioned us to believe is important. So when we don't have access to them, there's this false sense of feeling like, you know, you need something or you're supposed to have something because you're so used to society telling us that we need to have this and that and this and that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Chuckie, do you know what society, I allowed society to separate myself from, and even this job. And I only really realised it this year. My fucking family. Within this job, bro, I'm so pushed up as poet and I'm meant to be this hierarchy person of whatever bollocks that and it's not just me, I'm not just unique, everyone gets it. They get polarized and all of a sudden they're meant to be the ambassador of whatever the people say they are. The reason why I have problems, I'm on it. Don't put me up there. I don't want to be up there. I want to be down here with you. Let's be in the grit. Let's both go job centre. I don't want to be up there. It's horrible up there. I'm meant to have all the answers up there. I don't want to be up there. I want to be down here. And I realised down here, do you know where it is? It's all my people are down here.
Yeah.
My cousins can't look at me as poet. They have to be Kyle to them.
Yeah.
So I think this year brought me closer to the likes of Kirk, my brother, brought me closer to Kevin, to Keontae, Celestine, Tyson, Scribs, all of them.
Important.
I was so far from them, and now we got a WhatsApp group and we fly abroad together and Christmas
that's
sick.
That's important.
Clyde
Though.
and
But that's you righting your wrongs because you probably
Lad.
flew off.
Yeah,
What do you mean
that's what I'm
probably?
saying.
I did.
So
Flew off the rails, man.
But you see what I'm saying? It happens, you know. You start getting a certain amount of money or a certain this, and all of a sudden you're just like, do you know what? Let me go and chill with these lot, because these lot all
Do you know what it was for
Whatever
me, though?
it is,
That,
what-
all it was, you know, like you become accustomed and it's a habit. And you're in the habit and you're in the process and you're so far in.
Yeah.
You know, getting out is all the way down there. It's like, for example, when you're in the club and you can see the toilet when no one's in there at 10 o'clock. It's like, I'll go there in a bit.
Yeah.
Come 12:30, big man. The toilet looks a mission away because there's bare people there.
Ram.
That literally was my life. 2018. I literally, my family was so far from me. It was a struggle to see them. I felt. Whereas now, if we argue, we're sorting
Priorities,
it out
man.
2-3 days
about
later.
priorities.
Do you know what I'm saying?
100%. And adapting.
Yeah.
Because I kept saying all the time, like, if you're running a business or you're trying to pursue something or you got a career or whatever and you're passionate about it, it's not the end. Like everything felt like it needed to stop or whatever. And it was nice to have some time to just kick back and chill or whatever. But you can adapt and do some things, even if it is just small. Like with the podcast, for example, yeah. It was like, all right, cool, boom, we do the podcast via Zoom. But then I was like, nah, do you know what, yeah? I didn't love the flipping, how it looked, innit? I'm like, Callum, if I get one camera and I set it up and I record myself at least and I'm talking to Poet or I'm talking to Dan, can you edit between it so it looks a little bit more clear? Because in that way, it's like, I'm going by, and every time I do this as well, yeah, a lot of the time I'm doing stuff that I feel like I would like to watch and I would like to see, yeah? So for me, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, whether people think this is good or not, I'm looking at it and I don't really like it. I just don't like it. So let me find a way that I could do it where if I'm a viewer, I would be understanding that, you've made an effort to do it this way. And genuinely, I genuinely think that doing it in that way and other people doing it in that way as well, made brands in particular look at stuff and say, you know what? Maybe we could actually do something. Could we try and see if we could work something out or whatever it may be. So, and then I benefited from that. I think that like when you were people that did content, like people that were filming content or whatever it may be, like there was an element of benefit in it because there was just bare people in their yard and there was a lot of people just chilling and just watching stuff.
It's all right for us. Do you know why? We was already in a certain position to be able to be the go-to people, Whereas, not to put a negative spin on it, but I always think about like I don't know, a live musician.
Yeah.
Anyone who deals with events and planning and playing, I don't even know how they adapt.
That was I feel like that was probably one of the biggest losses of the year in that sense.
But you know what? And that's the reasons why I always had a problem with that, you know.
Go on.
Dan, this is what, I don't know. Again, principles, isn't it?
Go on.
I align everything with my children because that was the one thing I didn't think I could do. And if I gave anyone my scenario, I think most people would have bailed out. I know most people that bail out and their youths are 15 minutes away from them, let alone how many miles away from them. So I said to myself, everything's impossible until it's been done. Surely.
Facts.
And if I love something, how can some stranger tell me I can't do it?
100%.
What I learned from content creators was who loves it. Because you see, when I do this thing, I don't do it.
Say that again. Say that again.
I found out who loves it.
One more time.
I found out who loves making content now. Because you know what? I can say from my side, I can say Tigo loves making content. Because Tigo was not obsessed with the idea of doing anything that the masses were saying is the way to do alternative bits of content. Tigo and Geordie found an alternative way where they could... It was ridiculous what they done with Filthy Fellas and then how we sort of manifested that. And then you had the one poster. We were not conforming. Shout out Alhan. He did not want to do Gasworks the way it was being done. He said, no, this is not the... Alhan loves making content. He was not on conforming to that. He was the most pissed off. Something like, fuck, you know how Alhan is anyway. Absolute legend. Shout out Vuj. As much it may have been confusing doing content with that boy loves doing it because he was like, no, I'm going to the park. We'll do the social distancing, whatever they want, but we're doing it the way we want to do it. There was loads of people.
Here's the sobering fact, Paul.
ZZ Mills, another one. Loads of people I saw doing it.
The sobering fact is that you highlighting that has highlighted to me that I do not love making content.
My brother!
Really?
It's not my thing. It's not my thing.
And do you know what?
I love being in the studio.
Dan, do you know what?
I know it's
cut you.
not.
So to stop you. And one last thing. That is the most hurtful comment you can say to half of the people watching. Do you know why? And I don't mean to be a bastard. Some people are dying to be interested on camera and you've just said, I don't even give a shit.
He's the footballer that just fucking scores hella goals and he don't even give a shit.
Don't care.
He don't give a fuck. He don't give a Balotelli.
No, but do you know what it is? He's consistent.
He don't give an absolute...
It's just a job. He's consistent.
Yeah.
Can I say though, I know that, which is why I feel like I've been good with how...
You manage me.
Yes.
Like, I've seen the way
Yeah.
he manages me. I've seen Lampard do this with the Chelsea squad.
Yeah.
Certain players, they need enough minutes to keep them alive and keep them ready in case they're needed.
Yeah.
But they're not Mason Mounts. They don't have to play every game. And that's it. You manage me
Do you
like
know
that.
that? People say to me all the time, have Dan on every episode. And I say to them, yeah, the reason why you like Dan, the way that you like Dan, is because I know when Dan needs to be here. If he was here all of the time...
Get burnt out.
Yeah, he like the interest, because there's certain things that even when you was talking about it on one post show, naturally both of you, there's certain things you just don't really want to talk about.
Yeah,
it's just, it might not just be an interest to you, and that's completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point bringing people here and there's a one subject and it's like, because then I'm not gonna get the best out. There's certain topics here where I'm like, I can't record this episode without Poet because I know where he's gonna go with this, and I know what I'm gonna get. Yeah. So it's like managing that. But I knew anyway from before.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah,
Now pause right
don't
now.
love it.
You know when I said to man, if you don't have a plan, you're just part of somebody else's. This is what I'm talking about. But the beautiful thing is, the plan you're a part of is love.
Yeah,
Half of the people, the plans they're a part of. The Chuckie person doesn't care to the attention of detail that he will get the best out of you. He gets no financial reward from it. You get all the financial rewards. But guess what? There's somebody that will be in Chuckie's chair, and the only time he will make you move is when he makes money. And those are the people I tell people, watch out for, because Chuckie's managing you to make the show better, to improve your profile, for you to go out, help your family, do your thing. And the only thing he gets is, well done, my friend's doing well. But there's somebody that's called a manager for that. They get 20%, and they'll make you fucking do a fucking Kool-Aid advert if they could. They'll make you do a Lucasade advert with a bag of people that you've never hung around with and say, Lucasade keeps you in great shape. Just so they can get fucking 10 grand in their pocket. You lot, I call you lot, Unts with a C at the front.
But it's one of those
You're
things
a
that
good mate,
I
Chuckie.
I like this because I'm just having a chat with my brethren.
Right.
But if someone was to like message me and be like, oh yeah, like we got a brand and you know like we really want to do this, or it happens all the time, but as in like we really want to do this and like we're just thinking like we really think that it's going to be a good idea if you have this kind of 7-Up on your head whilst you're speaking. God. We're gonna pay you loads for it, and I'll just be like, do you know what? Nah, it's not gonna work. Like, I don't love it.
Yeah,
I don't love it.
You know,
I'm gonna do it though.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna do it.
But
Give me the bag.
no,
But I don't love it.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
There was one brand I had to do something for. Yeah. Do you know how long it fucking took me to take this picture? I did I just couldn't do it, bruv. I couldn't do it, bro. It took me ages. And then I wasn't going to do it. I just said, you know what, fuck it, man. I ain't going to do it. I said, you know what, fucking hell. Christmas is coming.
I just don't like doing it.
I need to buy Jordan something for Christmas. You know what?
Yeah.
I got brothers. I got a little family and that. But yeah. But with that being said, though, Dan, I hear that, but I wouldn't do too much of it, though. I'm never going to be a slave to a brand.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's not even to the brand, it's to the pound.
But the
to
thing
the pound.
is,
To the pound. Yeah,
and do you know what? Sometimes it is to a brand, but I'm lucky in the sense that it's everything I do is stuff I love. So that's why it's okay.
That's because you're a filthy fella. People are so jealous of Filthy. Imagine you can go on Filthy Fellas and be whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you can come on
So I get
Halfcast
to
and
be
be whatever
me.
you want.
I get
So
to
then
be me
you're
on Filthy.
advertising your business as, this is who I am, take it or leave it.
Exactly.
Dan does boxing, Dan does football,
Exactly.
Dan does
so
all the
as
relationship
Chelsea and
stuff.
boxing, things I was doing long before I was this savage Dan guy anyway. So I only do what I like doing.
Yeah.
I guess half by choice, the rest of it's by happenstance. But
Chuckie, with love, managing you well. It's just the truth. Like,
That's
you
it.
can't deny it.
Do you know what it
Chucks.
is? He knows. You know what he does? I'm his John Obi Mikel.
No,
Bring him
don't
on.
say that. No.
10 minutes to go. Bring him on.
Yeah.
See this game out.
Yeah.
See this game out.
No, but you're better than
He
John
knows
Obi
my
Mikel.
role. We're forgetting John Obi was a 10 in Nigeria.
I know.
For Nigeria.
And he came back to DM. It was absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? There are some players that they couldn't do it under a certain gaffer. And then a certain gaffer came in and said, let me show you some love. And he just excelled. I'm just thinking Gareth Bale under Harry Redknapp a little bit. Yeah. I'm just thinking Pochettino as well with a bit of Harry Kane. That's what I think of you as. Yeah. And now you can do the job anywhere. Yeah. You choose where you do the job.
Now I've got enough hunger. I'm at the age where you're going to get consistency. Oh! Yeah. You're going to get some consistency.
But you know what? A big project though also is in that is CALUM as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because I'll start off by saying as well.
Bloody hell. He gave you such a generic... It's CALUM.
No. Yeah, I know. But CALUM though has been an absolute godsend, yeah? Obviously being able to like turn over things mad quick. Like that for me, you know, like shit, well, we need something up tomorrow, whatever. I know that the audio might be an hour long, but the editing is not an hour long. Do you get what I'm saying? It takes time and all of these things. And this is one of the reasons why I always just try to say the name, shout the name and all of that type of stuff so that people know like there's not just people on camera, there's someone behind the camera doing the workings that you like, yeah? If you're not just listening to the audio. And this man like CALUM who's out here on his young graft, do you get what I'm saying? Out here filming a couple things, made his first camera appearance on one post show. I was going to say to him, you know what, bring a third camera, but it would have been a bit techie to do 3 cameras and put you on, and then next minute now one of the cameras is not on, and then you know what I'm like when you understand what I'm saying? But, but bro, how has it been for you?
This year in general, shit, to be honest. It's just been a lot of it was boring because I had nothing to do.
CALUM, I'm not being rude, but I'm gonna go and come back.
Yeah.
Make sure, Now you know what? Yeah, actually, that's cool.
CALUM,
jump in.
CALUM.
Have you checked the timer on the thing?
Yeah, I got a timer running.
Dan, I'm coming for you if you take too long. Go on.
I like you lot.
It was shit, to be honest. It was just boring.
Shall I check the thing? Wait 1 second.
No, I know it's still recording.
No, I just want to make sure that it's...
Yeah,
I was just checking to make sure that it was focused. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it was focused on both.
I hear that still, but someone moved. You get me?
Yeah. Come on. It's not on autofocus.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. But no, it was pretty just boring most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just weren't that great. But picked myself up, carried on working when work was back and available. And then to be fair, the tail end of the year have been pretty good. Yeah, it's been pretty calm.
I still owe you money.
You do owe me money.
See when you get bored? See when you get bored and see like in a time like this, when there wasn't really anything going on and it's like super uncertainty, like how did you keep motivated?
During the time where I had nothing to do.
Yeah. Or was you not?
Fuck, no, I just wasn't. I wasn't. But it's not like I didn't have much of an opportunity to be motivated. There was nothing to be motivated to do because there was nothing to do. So it was just a case of fucking killing time, really. I didn't have much of a choice.
You saved my nuts, mate. With the one poll with Wiley. All I had was Wiley coming to my house with no idea what I was going to do.
Oh, yeah. You smashed that.
And one poll was born. And CALUM, mate.
That was the first thing I did. That was the first thing I did since the beginning of the first lockdown was that.
Apart from the editing the pod.
Apart from the editing, but there wasn't much to do with that all the time. Yeah, it was kind of just...
Yeah, I remember that because obviously you rang me. You was like, "Oh yeah, I got white," and this was what I found difficult at the time. Yeah, and we spoke about this before. It was that like being in my place of comfort and having conversations. Yeah. So like where obviously I've got things going on as it is anyway, and I'm at home and I'm chilling and whatnot. I'm not as accessible to just do things because my vibe isn't there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you rang me and you was like, "Oh, yo, I've got this thing or whatever," naturally you've rang me at a time where I'm just kicking back now. Just, you understand what I'm saying? Might have just had a run, Ras, Clark, Aki and saltfish with a fried dumpling now. I'm chilling, you understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Barry's Hammond on the radio and holding a 2 vibe. So now, when I've had that conversation, it's like, oh, now I've got to get up and I'm like, you know what? You just have the conversation and I'll come in at some point or whatever. But it just worked out to be the best thing the way that it did, because ultimately it was like, you know what, I'm gonna create a show. And what is that? Adapting. It's like, right, my man's coming to the house now. You could have easily have turned around and said, I don't have a studio, I don't have someone to film me, I don't have, come to my yard, we'll get a camera and we'll do something. And it's so ironic that happened, and it was Wiley, because essentially it's the same with this podcast, bro. It's do you know what? It's exactly the same
I
thing.
never thought about that.
Wiley said, I hit Wiley, I was like, oh, do you want to have a conversation, whatever? Yeah, I'm ready now. I could have said, I'm not ready. I ain't attached to my shit and whatever and all that. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Hold on, 1 sec. Yeah, I'm ready. Shit. Fuck. Let me just put this together. I don't even know what I'm talking to him about. Whatever. Let me just fucking, boom, yeah. He's ringing me. He's in Cyprus. All right, boom, let's just chat. We're only supposed to talk for 10 minutes. We talked for an hour. What am I going to do with this footage? Same thing with you. Shit. I've just recorded with Wiley. What am I doing with this? Yeah. I'll figure it out. One post show. What did I do? Made a podcast. So it's like it's so ironic that it's Wiley. You know what I mean?
Chuck, do you know what? Sorry to cut, because obviously this is CALUM's time, really.
Yeah, of course.
One thing I learned. Thank you because I phoned Alhan and I phoned you, and I want to thank you both for not doing it and for giving me the energy you gave me of the uncertain energy, because it made me realize one thing about myself, and this is not to, bruv, I'm tapped, cuz.
Why you
like,
do that?
Bro, I don't know anything else but work. If you phoned me at 3 o'clock, Callum will tell you, if you phoned me at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, let's go do some work, I'm tapped. When we're releasing this close, we had a target, bruv. And there's shout out to Josh that I'm working with. He said to me, Poet, I've never worked with someone that has bugged me more than I've had to bug them. He's like, I worked with Davido, I've worked with this person. I had to bug them. He goes, you're hitting me up at 5 o'clock in the morning talking about how you don't like fabrics. I'm tapped, bruv. The only person I can connect with is J2K on that. I'm absolutely tapped, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you.
No, but it's
Have you realised it? Like, I will hit you up about...
evil genius.
Yeah, like lately you've been hitting me up early in the morning, like really early. Like,
Every voice note I get from Poet is always
like 7
way before 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
Yeah.
I am... I've realised from this, because when everyone sort of went... Because when everyone went stagnant, innit?
Yeah.
And then everyone stopped working. But I understood... But I I couldn't understand why I have to stop working.
Right.
I understood why everyone else stopped working, and it made sense to me. But I couldn't justify why I would stop working.
Yeah.
I probably worked more during COVID
I hear that.
than I've ever worked. And it was all my projects primarily,
Right.
like things that I wanted to do. Even Elephant in the Room that we done.
Yeah.
That was
We'll talk about that
something I wanted to do. I
just
said it
talked
to
about it on the
Chuckie, and all of a sudden it's happened, and I'm just like, there is something proper wrong with me.
But did you see with you, Callum?
something
Yeah.
wrong.
Did you see like when you're on the grind now and think like you're starting to do some bits and pieces of work? Maybe you might have had some things lined up and whatever. Yeah. Did it kind of scare you that like when we went into this, that like you were almost going to have to start? You know, like when you're doing this and you're driving or whatever,
start
and
again.
then you was having to do that.
Start again,
Because
essentially.
when I met you, remember you had a job. He had a part-time job and all these different types of things and whatnot. Then you started to get to a space where it was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna like leave the job. I'm gonna try this and see how this goes or whatever. And then all of a sudden, everything stops.
Yeah. I did have a little bit of a fear that a couple projects that I've been working on for a while then just weren't going to happen. I still don't know that they are, and that's kind of shitty to think, but it is what it is. I wasn't scared, and I'm still not scared of like having to maybe go back and get a part-time job.
Yeah.
Not that I would turn my nose up at that, because I've dipped in and out of part-time jobs a lot over the last like few years. That's kind of normal. But I don't think I'm going to need to, not for now anyway.
I still owe you money.
Yeah, I mean, if Poet pays me,
then
I
you're
might pay
good.
rent 1 month. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But
you know, bruv, I've always
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Money wise, it's not even really about that. It's just
I
for
always
me. I
worry
just
about
want to do this. I don't need to earn a ton of money. That's not really why I'm here. I'm just doing it because I really fucking enjoy it, and I enjoy making new shows with you guys and shit like that.
Yeah. I know you proper enjoy the new show thing.
Yes.
I know he relishes that, because when we were supposed to do the live show with that, and I know that was like,
yeah.
obviously we was pissed about that, but you seem the most pissed.
Yeah, because I love live shows. I love events and stuff like that, and it's sick for me personally because I used to work in like doing club nights and like running events and stuff like that, and when we did Halfcast Live, it felt like I was merging like two of my skill sets together.
Right.
Like doing this podcast with you guys and taking all the knowledge that I have from event work and putting it into that. It felt so sick to do that, and I was really excited to do it again. But we'll do it again.
Of course.
I know we'll do that again.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It is what it is. That stuff will
To be
happen
honest with
again.
you know what's so crazy?
Go on.
Because we worked the way we did, when we come back, it's gonna be a mad thing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be a mad thing. Like I said, you saw the people that care about content. You're part of the collective of people that care about content. How many shows did you produce? You've done every single Halfcast throughout this. You've done every single one poll. You're doing this stuff for Julie. Like, bruv, it just means that come the year when you're gonna have that same work plus the businesses are gonna be able to function and know how they. You're just gonna be getting so much work, and the people that decided to just copy what everyone else does, and then when everyone stopped, they stopped as well. They now got to wait for everyone to figure out what to do in order for them to work again. And it's like, you're always going to be behind like that.
Yeah.
People like yourself, you've put yourself in a situation where you're like, fuck it, I'm in front.
Yeah.
You ants with a C at the front.
Yeah. Are you optimistic for 2021?
I don't know yet, to be honest. I don't know yet. I only have one thing that I really, really want to happen. And it looks like it will, but bro, there's so much uncertainty the last year, and there still is, that I'm not really going to count my chickens before they've hatched.
Yeah.
How many chickens you got?
Couple.
That's my brother.
I'm only focused on one right now, but yeah.
Now he's jumping. I love Callum. I'm sorry.
But no, I'm feeling good. There is a few things that I didn't know I would be able to do that I'm going to do, which is sick. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty decent. Yeah.
You, Po?
I love Callum, man.
How do you feel about 2021?
Mate, I love every day, mate. Every second that passes, although there's bad stuff in the world and we have a shared energy where we're all going through a similar pain, and I understand it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, do you know what? There's a next pain, you know? And one of the things that we were all afraid of, we're all sitting in this room. My mate T's here, responsible for doing a fantastic Vibber setup for us. We've done our live show, but we still have life. And the one thing we were all afraid of because of coronavirus was death.
Right.
And God bless it, the people in and around me are still here right now. My dad has cancer very badly and he's still here. I could moan and I could pretend to share some of the pain of some of the people that have gone through far worse than me. But I would rather say, you know what, God, bless you. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to have my Halfcast family here.
Yeah.
And thank you for allowing me to have tomorrow, bro. Because that's all we got, bro. That's all we got when it really comes down to it.
Yeah, definitely.
All we've got is what we've prepared for today, for tomorrow. And if we can head tomorrow to execute our plan that we've done today, my bro, I got 2 kids. I'm so happy I can execute tomorrow's plan if I can. And I'm blessed for that, man. So,
you know, it's funny. Life can humble you at times, and it can make you appreciate things. Yeah, like super appreciate things. And once you and I don't know. I think like sometimes we appreciate things for the moment, and then after that we just go back to whatever is our default and that. Yeah, but sometimes if you can carry that level of appreciation over just to other aspects of life, mate. Because you know what, like even you say that, and I'll actually talk about this a bit. Is that, as I mentioned, I've talked about it a little bit here and there or whatnot, but basically, someone who's very close to me is my stepdad. Yeah, my mum's husband. I've talked about him a lot. I remember before we was even having a conversation before we was filming. I remember there was a conversation we was having about like stepdads and stuff like that, and like more time I never call him my stepdad because I got my dad in my life and he's my mum's husband and all of these type of things. Yeah, but like when having that conversation, I was always like, he was always able to he was always able to have that pass in being able to say that's my stepson because of this man's come into my life since me being a kid and passed every single obstacle and every single test that a man possibly could in that dynamic, yeah, and being there for me as well. That like, if I'm walking down the street with him and a man says, what, is that is that your son or whatever, and he says, yeah, that's not a problem for me because of how long he's been in my life and the person that he's been in my life. That is never to take away from my dad. I got my setup is so unique, amazing, bro. Like, trust me, I say it all the time, and I'll talk about it next year. Yeah, I got an amazing relationship with my mum. I got an amazing relationship with my dad. I got a great relationship with my mum's husband, and do you know what? They're all cool too. My dad pulls up to the yard, go and check Pete, have a drink with him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how their thing is, yeah? And on,
Do you know that's my dream? That is my fucking dream.
I can
right
even
there,
go
mate.
deeper than that. You know, like, imagine, yeah? So, like, the Lovians, that's like my dad's side of the family, yeah? My mum is still like that side of the family, but also so is he. So, see, now that he's in the situation that he's in, my family, who is the Lovians and that, all checking up on him. How is he? Like, people were coming to the yard or whatever. But anyway, what had happened was, at the end of last year, 2019, he got diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I remember I was away, I was on a tour. I've come back. I went straight to the hospital, went to see him, whatever. And we was just chatting and whatnot. And then, like, imagine, yeah, remember when I had the documentary, the screening with Vice? Yeah, I had the screening where my first lot of documentaries that were coming out, the Poland, Ireland,
Israel.
and Israel had, like, we was doing a screening of it before it came out, yeah. That week, he's had his
Recently
surgery.
went Nigeria.
Yeah, recently the Nigeria one just came out. So he had the surgery that week, yeah. So now it's mad because he's had the surgery and lost his speech. So he can't speak, he can't communicate, he can't say things, he can't like say words and that, yeah. And so imagine, like, in my career, I'm having like I'm like at the highest point of my career in terms of my emotions and how I'm so proud of this project because I've never done anything like this before. And that was one of my goals to do that year. So I fulfilled that. Honorable shout out to Alex Hoffman as well. So, but then privately, there's this. So I'm going to see him or whatever, checking him and whatnot. And I'm not going to get into too much of the personal details and stuff here, but with the year coming in, he was still very active. He was still able to do things. It just couldn't work, yeah? But he wasn't able to communicate words. The brain is such a fascinating and fragile thing, bro. It's such a fascinating and fragile thing. But anyway, so the year's coming and whatnot, and then he wasn't able to work. And he's a proper he's a man who works. You know, like, he's a man who's out of the yard at 6 a.m.
That's
gone work. You understand what I'm saying? Working man. That's his thing. He's a handyman. Come to my yard. If something needs to get put up, he's just on that. He just put things up, put things together. That is his thing. So anyway, he's had the chemotherapy and stuff. By the way, it's not curable. All they can do is tame it. Yeah. So while he was going through that, his speech was getting a little bit better. But now, cut a long story short, COVID's happened, and so now all of this is going on. And remember, I said to you from before, like, it's a bit nerve-wracking to begin with and all of that. But hold on 1 second. Nah, you know what? I get to spend some time. I'm gonna go and spend some time with my mum's husband and Peter, and do you understand what I'm saying? Help out. I'm gonna spend some time doing that. So he was spending a lot of time in the garden doing things and whatnot. But then gradually, you would start seeing him slowing down, yeah. And why I say that the brain is such a fascinating and fragile thing is that one of the issues is that he had is that the brain isn't signaling like parts of the body. So like he will go to walk, so he might go and take 4 steps, but his brain won't let him know that the reason why you can't move forward is because you got to move this leg. So it's like, but to him in his head, it's like, why can't I? Do you understand what I'm saying? So with that, it's like encouraging him. Don't worry, like, you know what I mean? Just, and trying to do exercises. So every day when the rehab person would come in and say, oh, you know what, like, do these exercises or whatnot, I would help him do the exercises when they weren't there and that, yeah. And like, there was all these other different things that were happening, like with the way that he was eating food and whatnot. But it was like, for me, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that the mood in this house is not low, yeah, and that, like, right now we don't dwell in sadness, because whatever is going to be. But you know what you said, your dad's going through what he's going through, but he's alive. So what are we going to do while he's alive? What are we going to do while he's alive? Live. Yeah. So we've done a lot of that. Do you understand what I'm saying? They still went away and did things and whatnot, but now it's at a point where like he's slowed all of the way down. And it has been, like, when I think about the year, yeah, I think the COVID thing wasn't so much of a thing for me, luckily. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been all right with that. I would have adapted. I would have found a way. Do you know why? Because I did. Anyway, I did, innit? But with this going on, it was very
What's CALUM as well?
Yeah, of course. But what was very difficult for me was balancing the professional and then like the emotional side of that, because the reality is someone who's extremely close to me and who is extremely certified, super certified. Like for a long time, I always said the happiest woman that I know is my mum, and one of the reasons why that is because of him. It's because of him. Yeah, so I'm seeing this person slow down, but you know what? We can't dwell on that. We gotta live in it. And even though he's slowed down, we still gotta find ways to do that. So at times, while I'm finding ways to do that, and while I am doing that, there are times where like I've got to come out and I've got to work or whatnot, and I'm not 100% there until I get there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like on my way to work, on my way to do things or whatever, I'm a bit like a little bit flat. But as soon as I'm in, because it kind of comes natural to me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I'm just being myself, and on top of that, it's sick that I get to just chat to my brethren. So it's a pick me up. Do you know what I mean? But I say all of that to say that like that was the part of the year that made things difficult. But then at the same time, it was only difficult because of the circumstance in which happened, in which this was happening, and what was happening off the back of it. But it wasn't because we still lived. We still laughed and joked, and you know what I mean. Like there'd be reggae tunes playing, and you know, like sometimes you start to find like cute things and funny things in that, because like he can't say words properly and stuff like that. Put on a Beres Hammond, he sings it. Put on a Beres Hammond and he sings that. Put on a Gregory Isaac, he sings that. Put on a Dennis Brown, he sings that.
What's living in it?
What?
But Chuckie, do you know why that doesn't surprise me though? This is why I love my community. Love the community so much. It's the reasons why I can't go up there. Cause the homeless man has better teeth than me. You think I'm joking? You see down here, because we're used to struggle, we're used to pain. It's nothing for us to turn a frown upside down.
Right.
That's how you got drill music. That's how you had hip hop. That's how you have R&B. We're telling you about heartache, but we do it so lit, we might even get a little chain and watch out of it.
Strong.
So when you give us COVID-19, yeah, a couple months would be vexed, but you know what? Here comes One Pole, here comes Halfcast, here comes this, here comes... Look at all the things that are coming out of it from not just us, but everybody else within our community.
Yeah.
Because we're used to... Frisco said it best. We're used to taking L's.
Right.
Frisco said when you're used to taking L's, it's nothing to flip it at one point. Whereas I think a lot of people in mass media or middle class culture, boy, you know, they thought their L's were in the past.
Yeah, straight.
They weren't used to taking these L's, so it's nice to see the fact that it's upsetting when you tell me the stories about, you know, the person in your life going through what he's going through, your stepfather, but just for you to tell me you can play a little Beres Hammond and he can smile. I'm so happy he still has opportunities to live, you know?
Of course. But as I said to you as well, the brain is a very interesting thing, boy. Because you start seeing like just things that can happen. Once something is out of sync, how it can affect stuff is real interesting. You know what I mean? Like he'd eat, and like he'd have the knife and fork in the wrong hand and the knife the other way around. But in his mind, it's normal. That's the right way. But the brain is like, it's just a little bit out of sync. It's the same with like, when you lose your hearing, your equilibrium's off. Like how our body works as people, it's nuts, bro.
But you know, it doesn't. But it all makes sense to me because I can give you the equivalent, which is not an equivalent, but it's just in terms of like information. Because I look at that as information, not clear. So therefore, the outcome is a bit unstable. So when I'm talking to Zion and Khalifa, cause it's the most. There needs to be an understanding of energy, like you say when he plays the energy of Gregory Isaac. Because the truth of the matter is this: I don't know what the fuck they're saying sometimes, cuz. And they don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Yeah. But there's a common ground of sign language. Right. What do you want? Yeah. Nay. No. Right. Okay. Papa. And you're just finding that common ground and that energy where it makes sense. You know, I'm coming from, and that's so. Yeah. That's what's so beautiful about, you know, your stepfather situation. If there is any beauty in it, is the fact that everything in life is so complicated that's so simple. But then when the most beautiful thing that takes you back to a beautiful place, a song, all of a sudden nothing's complicated.
Of course.
And that's what lets me know if we always put ourselves in the place in life where we can live, where it's not complicated, it means that even in the worst state, you can still live.
Facts. Facts, but yeah, man. Like, you know what? One day in another conversation, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna explain certain things, yeah, and I'm gonna like, I know what I'm gonna say on the angle and stuff that I'm gonna come at, yeah, but like, yeah, man. I'm lucky, bro. Like, I'm blessed in that sense. I've had a, you know, a good that there were certain things that happened in my life or whatever, maybe certain things that I had done, but that is not a reflection on them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had a flipping my dad. I love the fact that my dad, in particular, when I think about it now, never made it awkward for me. Like, when I went to my dad's, I never felt like I could not mention Peter. I've never felt like I could not say something. And my dad would always ask, like, how's your mum? How's Peter? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he never did any of that. And like, I know that sometimes for some people, for whatever reason, they have these dynamics now when the dad's coming to the yard and punching up the man, or the man punches up your dad, and all of these type of things.
Listen, watch Baby Boy Islam, because I'm not even to yell, fam. Hey, Chuck's on a serious one though.
Yeah, go on.
Is that the most difficult situation that's happened with you in your professional career of being Chuckie?
Listen, by far. Let me tell you something.
Is it?
This year...
That is mad. And
bro,
you come through like this.
This year, on a personal one, honestly, bro, has been the hardest of my whole life.
I want to do
But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm proud of me.
No, but
because I came through and did things, bro. I came through and I did things. I had lines to rehearse for certain stuff. Big long lines, bro. There was one, bro. I had stuff to do and I did them. And I left. There was a couple of times where I felt like, oh shit, I could have done a bit better in that, or you know what I mean, I forgot to ask this because whatever it may be, yeah. But ultimately, with all of the shit that I was going through, and I haven't even explained it, bro. I haven't even explained it properly, like, or pull it in a way that people could really, really understand it unless you've been through it. But you know what? I didn't complain. I never complained. I never said to anyone, and I never put a burden on anyone. And I never, even with the emotions and stuff that I was going through in times when I might have felt extra sensitive and delicate or whatever, yeah, I never wild out at somebody for no reason. I just kept my head down and said, you know what, I got a career that I love doing, and I'm still able to do that, and I'm still going to do that to the best of my ability, and I'm going to help and look after him as well, and make sure my mum is fine in that too. And then on top of that, I'm going to find my time to have my space and just my time to just kick back and chill, so that when I'm ready to go and either do something with him or do something here or film or whatever, I got enough battery power in me that I can come and I can deliver. Do you get me? So yeah.
That's crazy. Do you know what? I understand where you're coming from, Chucks, because do you know what? The reasons why I can see it was happening to you, because I could feel it, was because I can say, from the moment the kids were born up until maybe February this year is the worst time of my life, by far. So I know how difficult it is to make content at a point where people think everything's great.
Right.
But in actual reality, things couldn't be worse.
Yeah, trust me.
Things genuinely couldn't be worse.
Do you know what though? It could be. Sometimes. It could have been.
No, but I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course, that's how it feels. Yeah, definitely.
Actual reality.
Because that's what I said to my mum. I said to my mum, yo, you know what? I said, one thing that we have to look at is, see, next year could be difficult because my great grandmother's 102 years old, yeah? She's gonna be 103 in March. She might not make that, yeah? Which is fine because she lived a good life, and you know what? She's at that stage. You understand what I'm saying? My granddad's old, yeah? And he's there. And then obviously there's this as well, yeah? But you know what I said to her? I was like, you know what the maddest thing is, yeah? Imagine like, and this is very unfortunate, but there's been people that have like gone to the hospital with a little something and not come out. We were lucky to be able to say, this is crazy unfortunate. It's horrible to go through something like that. But you know what? Let's create some memories. What can we do? What, we're going to ride a bike? At the time that he was able to ride a bike, let's go and ride. Let's go outside and ride a bike. You understand what I'm saying? I never done that with him. Because we didn't, like, I loved him, but we never just did that. Do you know what I mean? We never exercised together. We never did press-ups together. We did press-ups together this time. We never really sit down and listen to music like that unless it might be a Sunday when I'm there, whatever, reggae music's playing and whatever, they're talking or whatever. We sit down sometimes now and just listen to some reggae music and sing to, like, I am lucky from a selfish point of view that I've been able to do that within this whole point.
I don't think it's luck though, Chucks, because you know what, my brother? Like I said to you, in actual reality, everything can be worse. And I think if you adopt that mentality, I don't think it's healthy. I think it's for you to go, because if things could be worse, but I'll never know what that feels like. So let me just deal with what I can feel. This is bad. Okay. What are the positives we can draw from this situation? And I think that is just the best approach to every situation, because if you just go things could be worse, you're just eradicating how you actually feel about something that's bad. This is bad. It could be worse, but guess what? It's fucking bad. I feel bad. What can we do to prepare me and to help me and aid me through the situation so I can eventually feel better? And I don't think thinking things could be worse will make me feel better.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel better. I just feel like it could be worse. All right, cool. This is still fucking bad though.
No,
so I like what you've done. Let's create some memories, because all you do is you move away from what's bad. You've accepted what's bad, but you said, we're still gonna live.
Right.
Play Barry Simon, let him sing.
Right.
What can you do to stop a man from trying? I wanna know. I wanna
now.
know.
Yeah, I hear that still.
Don't stop me, man.
What, Callum? What would you say the best thing that happened for you in the year?
In the year.
When we hugged.
No, I'm kidding. That was a pretty good moment. I appreciate
What? Where was this?
I don't remember the hug.
Just now, best moment. Fuck, that's difficult. Professionally, probably the Christmas special for top 5 that we just did.
Sick.
That was definitely
Honourable shout out to Julie.
Yeah, massive shout out to
Harry
Julie.
Harry was in it.
Harry was in it. Yeah, it was sick. It was really sick, and it was cool. That was this year.
Yeah, big up to Julie as well, because she left Apple this year and just went and said, you know what, like, I could do that with my eyes closed. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna step out into the world again, and I'm gonna film stuff and do some other bits and pieces. So
I'm drunk, so I'm gonna throw it in the cards. I've been talking about a show for Julie in the past month with someone, and I need you to help me produce it. We're about to get the A-OK. We just need the OK from Julie.
Okay, all right.
So,
chat to her.
and it's me and you that are going to produce it.
All right, so we'll chat to her still.
Because that is how we're
I'm due a phone
forward.
call with Julie actually, and she's
a
due
god.
to be here still.
Julie's
she is due to be.
We're sorry to cut you. It's just that I wanted to throw it in there because she's a god. Go on.
Yeah, no. That's it. That was probably the highlight of my year. Yeah.
I saw it in your grandma. I was so
before
happy.
we get Dan back, because I want him back
So
for just this
fucking
bit before
happy,
we close off. Yeah.
Wow.
I might as well do my flipping albums thing. Well, did you lot listen to anything that you proper loved this year?
Oh, listen. I went back and realised I actually had.
Oh, that
love.
was good.
Let me tell you what I've gone back and realised, Chuckie. And this is what's bad. This makes me realise that we love music, innit? We love music, innit? But we consume so much of it.
Right.
I don't think I've ever measured what I love the most. I'm just so much in moments where if I'm a little bit heartbroken, that season might feel like the best. The other day, someone was playing one particular artist, and without thinking, I knew nearly every single word to every song.
Okay.
Now that means, without anything, that's the person I love the most.
Yeah.
And do you know who it was?
Who?
Mary J. Blige.
Really?
I couldn't believe it.
I love Mary still.
Every song that came on, I all knew ad-libs. I knew better. And I didn't realise how much I love her. Then I went to my Twitter, I was like, she's been my Twitter picture for time. But it's because I just love the fact that she done that on that album cover, the whole Chanel campaign. And she was in New York and in Times Square, and I was like, I really want to go there. And I was in love with that whole photo shoot. And I was like, bro, I fucking love Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
So I went back to the album, what's the 411?
Right.
Chuckie.
Yeah.
I can't lie, bro.
Timeless.
Fucking ridiculous.
Timeless.
Mary J. Blige is by far my favourite artist of all time, and I went back to the performance she done of No Drama.
I'm definitely not even mad at that.
Her live performance at the award show of No Drama is by far, I'm getting goosebumps and I want to cry now. That right there, I understand why someone goes, I don't want no more problems. When I hear that, better know your friends, or you will get burned. Gotta count on me, cause I'll be fine. You see that woman there? Mary J. Blige, I can't lie. I had one chance to do it.
Yeah, of course.
I had one chance to do an interview with her, and I remember it cancelled, and I didn't go out the whole day. I remember how pissed off I was.
Oh, mate.
I was so pissed off. That's alright. I had an opportunity to interview Mary J. Blige, and I was like, you're fucking lying. Don't lie to me. They're like, no, it's no problem. I sat at home all day, waiting. I wrote lists of questions down. I remember when I first got our album.
Yeah.
I remember everything about our first album.
Yeah.
Pathetic, Chuckie.
Yeah, it gets like that sometimes. Was you checking your Spotify?
Yeah, there's not really an album that stuck out, to be fair, just a couple songs, really.
Wow, what songs?
One of them was a Beyonce one out of her new album that I've been rinsing, to be honest. Find Your Way Back.
Find Your Way Back.
Sick track.
What's
really
it about?
Sick. Finding Your Way Back?
Where to?
I don't know. Everyone's got a different journey.
Where to?
Oh.
I said where to.
Do you know, I'd fallen out of love with Beyonce, but I hate it. Yeah.
You've done for
I've got to be honest, you took the piss out of me the last time for saying it, but I did really enjoy Made in Lagos.
Oh, that's my what?
For who?
Who took the piss out of you? Bro.
You were!
Me!
No, sorry, not you. You did.
Did I?
I said it on the pod and you like, fuck off.
No, wait, hold on, no, maybe I might have done that.
No, you didn't. You actually didn't.
Because one time, the
didn't.
reason why I said something like that, or I thought I did, is because when you know that part, the segment where I say what should people check out? You said Made in Lagos. I'm like, yeah, but like that's some, you know, like everyone.
But everyone
I didn't take that as you taking the piss. You did though.
Of course, I take the. If
Brother,
you're upset about me
poet.
taking a piss now,
Oh, no, I'm not
fuck
upset.
off.
Brother,
Look, he was in Ghana watching Davido getting chucked out of a club, so of course I'm gonna be upset.
On my list here, yeah, I ain't even done a proper international one, yeah. But my Made in Lagos was my favorite one.
Yeah, good.
That was my favorite one still.
No, I know you like it. I know.
Shame I will.
King's Disease is in there. Nas, Dexter Daps is in there. Tiana Taylor's in there. And that, but yeah, boom. Right. Can you get Dan as well? Because I need him for this last bit. Let me just do mine. It's mine. It's not mate. Let me just tell you.
Tell me I want to hear your music because I want to hear yours.
These are my that came out in the year, yeah. But this is mine. This is projects because I remember having a conversation with my Bonafide saying, comparing albums and EPs. I said just projects. I've just said just projects. Yeah, stuff that I'm just listening to that is my favorite. Yeah, boom. Firstly, honorable shout out to Manga. Made it out alive. Have to. Honorable shout out to TED Ness. April Showers. Have to do that. Also, Heady One as well is an honorable shout out. It didn't make the top 10, but it's hard still.
Edna or the first team?
Edna. Okay. Yeah. And also Emil. Do you know? Have you heard of a project called Ambrosia? Blouse and skirt blood. Let me tell you something now. That's my my thing that people need to check out. That project there, Emil. He's a producer, right?
I think that's mainly what he is.
Brother.
Yeah, he's trying
Emil.
Brother.
So did he steal the name from Emil, the female rapper from The Rock?
No.
I had a tune of Beyonce. Think I need you because the rent is due. No. You can be out here, baby. I got it. You don't remember Emil?
I remember.
She was on the track with Jay-Z.
He hasn't stolen it.
Listen, Keen.
Stole it.
Listen, Keen. I'm gonna play two.
Emil, man.
Just samples, yeah. Watch it now. Watch my guy. Right, wait.
You know
I got one more for you. I got one more for you, yeah? That was called Own Pace, by the way.
I told you about it.
You're gonna learn something today, yeah? You're gonna learn something today. Yeah? Listen, Keen. Production, yeah? Keys. Huh? This is called Bakerloo.
That's the thing when man can play, innit?
No, you're gonna learn something today. Just jump on the wave. Forget about me. Just jump on the wave. He goes by the name of Nux. Brother,
alright,
that project there is mad.
Nux is so bad.
When that single dropped, I was gassed.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, boom.
I want to play something for me. Fuck this.
So.
T, you ready for this? I want to play the end of Scribs' verse.
Go on.
Things all finished when I feel run down. Pole might come round. That's been broke from single. Life's good, but
He's good, yeah. But bun him. I'm too drunk now, so I'm arrogant. Watch how I jumped on this track. IT. I'm arrogant again. Liquid alcohol in the system.
Yeah. I got a latex, so I came through with latex. She said I'm on time, I crept with a latex. I'm kind of vexed that I waited. I did a date outdated. I knew you would never stated. I'm the one like Neo in the Matrix. I'm the one like Platini in the 80s. Yeah, I'm real like that. Honestly, dog, see, I'm built like that. I might break a heart, babe. He'll right back out. Kiss my rose, you ain't still like that. I'm confused, I don't feel like that. Ice cubes, you ain't chill like that. I might get my weed cause I'm ill like that.
Mad. Yeah, when you get in that bag, you're nice. I feel like you and this producer actually would make something real nice, actually.
I'm out. Listen, Jesse James, check him out. A2, check him out.
Yeah.
Max, check him out. Roms is dropping new shit, check him out.
Boom.
Well, there's so many talent out here. It is ridiculous, bro. Louis Ray, he's got some new shit coming out this year. You make sure you check him out. I can't lie, the UK is the best for music right now.
100%.
I can't lie to you.
I was struggling to put to a top 10 like internationally, really. Well, that had Americans in there anyway, that's for sure. Mine's got Leela Ike she's Jamaican, Division. Anyway, so yeah, number 10 at 6s and 7s, Tiana Major 9 had to be in there for me. London Class, Nux at 9. Call of Duty, Young's Tef.
Woo! Young Tef!
Top tier Merkston, couldn't forget that one. That was cold. That was this year, bro. January.
Aye, do you know
January,
what?
Bro.
You said top tier Merkston. Let me play you.
Remember, I was shouting about that before.
Let me play you 4 bars.
Go on.
I'm a little bit drunk. Let me play you 4 bars.
That was this year, brother.
Let me play you 4 bars. I'm gonna get in trouble, but let me play you 4 bars. 4 bars. Because I'm letting you know, this is one of my favourite artists of all time, and it will never not be. But listen to what he has to say.
I can see it in your face, bro. You ain't no trapper. Killy that I came with, he ain't no rapper. When it's on top, niggas break, niggas shout out. Me, I'm cracking on like the pain doesn't matter. King don't change, you see me with a property. You can keep anybody on the song you want.
Fuck off, man.
Ooh.
Listen, don't start.
Yeah, before you
me,
came back, I wanted to fling
because
this in
hear
there.
what I'm saying. I've been listening to H-Town Ladies Edition this year.
Oh.
I'm trying to stay cool. I'm trying to tell people sleep where you wear. I'm trying to tell people can't go outside no more. I said
What?
I ain't me no
H-Town.
more. Cause listen,
What's going on? Remember
married
listening
man
to
is what I'm
Slowdowns?
trying to tell you.
I remember listening to Slow Down.
No, listen what I'm saying to you. Do you know what song is my favourite song of all time? And I have to be honest with you, H-Town.
Which one?
Special Kind of Fool.
Oh!
Boys,
God.
I didn't need this, man.
Oh my God!
No, stop it! Stop it!
But Chuckie, I'm trying to work with school. I'm trying to be cool. But that's where I am, Chuckie.
Oh my...
Chuckie, I played...
Brother.
Chuckie,
Brother.
on the flight. do you know
Brother,
what I played?
wait.
Go on.
Natural Woman.
Natural
It's a big tune.
What?
Big,
What?
big.
I will breed something. Stop it. I will...
I did.
I'm having a baby.
Something.
They got a song called One Night Gigolo, yeah? Listen, let me tell you something. Do not play that.
Alright, do you know what? I don't know if it's going to get cut off, but this is one of the best
bro,
flows
it's coming out
ever
of
from a
YouTube.
rapper. I mean, cut it out.
I ain't finished
It's
my
not even
top
a
10,
rapper.
by the way. But yeah,
No, T. I've
What we
told you about
doing?
this
What
flow.
we doing?
I was-
What's
I don't know what's
Before
going
you,
on.
alright, before you came, I thought, let me do my top 10 albums of the year before you got here. But you come in during the middle of it. But
Listen
yeah.
to this flow. This is not. This is that's a singer. Oh no, it's not gonna play. It's not a rapper. This flow is better than some of the flows I've heard.
Alright, do you know what? We need to start making R&B again, you know?
Why don't we make an R&B radio station? Or like
what's one?
or at least why don't they give us a slot somewhere? The Halfcast radio station. We know R&B.
I'm up. Do you know what I'm going to play? This is even
Choice
up
FM used to be that.
Shoot 'em up, bang bang.
Wait, let me just do this because this wasn't on that album.
Bang.
I'm just doing it as you're here.
I played 7 Days the other day by Mary J. Blige, and I ended up missing someone I didn't know.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. No, I wasn't even trying to do this. I wasn't even trying to do that one.
You started
I wasn't even trying to do
You
that.
started it.
I wasn't even. I wasn't.
started it.
Listen, no, I have to.
Oh my
Stop
god.
that.
Wait, one sec. Wait, watch it. There's no rules.
Hold on. You just reminded us. Hold on, the start of that tune has reminded me of a song.
Let me tell you something now. You see, if I
All right, Chuckie, can I ask
wait,
you?
listen to what he says. Hold on one second. Watch him. Dan, listen to him.
What's that right there?
To me.
Chuckie, you see this experience you have when you feel it, and you know you want to share it with a woman. Is it sharing? I know this is gonna sound wrong. Is sharing that experience with one woman, is that enough? Surely sometimes you think to yourself, "There's," and I'm not. I know it's wrong. Look, I know it's wrong.
You gotta show it to them
I
all.
know it's wrong.
Show it to them all.
But you understand
You
where I'm
gotta
coming from? There's just so much women you kind of want to share that experience with. Where you're like,
Nah, I can't. I could see this. Here.
I know it's wrong though. I know
I
it's
see
wrong.
my
It's
thing.
wrong.
Like when it comes to stuff like this, it's so passionate, and I couldn't just. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But
See, that's a slow missionary hold, super tight. You know when you're all the way in and it's pelvis to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you know what?
Huh?
When was the last time anyone had sex to slow jam?
Yesterday. I'm vexed, yeah. I had sex to a slow jam, and I know it's crazy, but listen to the song. I made a playlist. It's an old school playlist, yeah. This song came on. Am I wrong?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know this?
Hold on.
Wait, let me wait. Mary.
No.
Is this on the 411?
But it's R. Kelly as well.
Oh,
Was
no,
it
yeah.
wrong?
Oh no! Oh shit!
Was it wrong?
Has he what? Has he got a verse?
What do you mean? He's on the
He's on the hook.
chorus.
He's on the hook, innit?
It's not wrong.
Is it wrong?
It's not wrong because he's only a feature.
So you didn't tell me.
It was a feature. It was on the show. Is it wrong?
Great area.
Hopefully Mary wrote it. If Mary wrote it, it's nice.
You're hoping for.
Alright, we're gonna move off that bit. We're gonna move off that bit.
Was I
Alright,
wrong?
boom. Wait, let me just get back to this, yeah.
Because Jeffrey Epstein
I'm at
was wrong.
6. I'm just gonna finish this quickly.
Sorry.
Cleo Soul, Rose in the Dark had
Oh,
to be
wow.
in there. Send them to Coventry, Pass Salute.
Wow.
Hard.
Yeah.
The Worst Generation, Shay Lingo.
I'm really happy with him. Well
Lingo.
done, Shay.
Very
Mad.
sick. And then this part here was a bit of, this is my top 3, yeah, but this was hard because like 1 I listened to a lot and the other had good moments. Alright. 3 was Crabs in a Bucket 9s.
Amazing.
2 was Training Day 3 Pot of Paper.
Amazing.
And then I had to do Big Conspiracy, J Hus for me. And
Self-explanatory.
yeah, that was
It's a
me.
solid list, Chuckie. I can't lie.
That was me. That was me. That was mine for the year still. Alright, Boom, before we get out of here, yeah, I just got moments of like things that happened throughout the year, yeah? Comment on them if you want. And what I will say is, yeah, everyone in the comments and that, like, what were the moments of 2020? Like, what was the moments? Like, just mention moments that happened in 2020, yeah? Alright, boom. Rashford was feeding the kids when Boris wouldn't. I got that down.
Big man.
Harry and Meghan got the fuck out of here.
I rate that. That was the first. I rated that.
Yeah. Munya, the killed Instagram. Versus, I got as well.
Love that
It was
one,
Swiss.
yeah.
Lewis Hamilton did his thing, just kept winning every fucking minute. Does the shoe fit? Was a nice little thing.
Amazing. Chuckie, I love Philly. I love Chunks. I love Harry, Jordan, Conan. Who else is on it?
Who?
Girls.
No, the white Don. What's the white Don called? But he's got a black dad, but he's not really his dad.
Who? Oh, what? What's his name? What, the one who was on Love Island?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Jack.
Jack, shout him out. All of
Was he
them.
weren't
lot.
on a recent one. I think that was last
Jack
year.
was on season.
Cool. Well, it doesn't matter because it all
Alright.
makes
The
sense.
rise and fall of Tory Lanez.
Rise and fall. Where's the fall?
What do you mean?
What for?
When he shot my girl in the foot.
There was no carnival.
That's horrible.
Wiley had beef with the Jewish community.
Big him up.
I missed the Budger Banton show, which I was so upset about, bro. The homecoming, I put that in.
That's a big thing.
Trump got kicked out, but Trump was still on the swingers. He was still on the vibe of, listen, you kick me out, but I'll punch man up.
Have they made a doc about it? Is it true they're making a doc about it?
About what?
About this Trump thing?
I don't know. Is he still in the yard? I visualize he's still in there. Yeah, so okay, so he's still in there and he's on the swingers thing. Obviously, toilet paper turned into crack cocaine.
Go away, Chuckie.
So just sprinkle cake.
Karens became a thing.
Remember, people kept saying Karens.
What's that? What's Karens?
You know them people that complain about everything, like skateboarders. They'll complain about Black Lives Matter. They complain about they're the people that just worked really, really hard to just be the middle class epitome of what life is.
So and they're called
Karens.
They call them Karens. Yeah.
And guess what the male ones are called?
Wait. Kyles.
Kyles.
Oh, Kyles.
What?
Exactly, me.
Mad.
What was
Kyles
you
and
gonna
Kevins.
say? What was you gonna say?
Callums.
I was gonna say Brendan.
Where is the association?
Like a holy guy.
I love you.
Heady 1 and Tion Wayne swinging it out on the plane.
That's a vibe. We needed that.
Yeah, I hear
I was
that.
talking about we don't need that because you don't live.
No,
in
I'm saying we
the
needed that
areas.
for like selfishly us.
Yeah.
That's why I hate
It was
you.
no big harm done, but it was good for us.
Do you know why I thought
for
it
everyone
was?
to
Do you know
see.
why? For me, I felt like it wasn't a good thing, but for me, what it displayed, because a lot of people were sitting there commenting about, they're not even trying to hit each other and they're not this and they're not that. For me, I looked at it and I said, you know what? And I could be completely wrong. I saw two black rich guys who have a beef that is very extremely deep before music, but there's something in their subconscious that knows, you know what, there's a lot to lose here. Because you know what, if these two guys was on the plane 5 years prior, all this joke about the whole plane would have got mashed up to bits. So I'm glad that I saw two brothers who, in something that was so serious and something that is so deep that where, you know, people have probably died, that they actually didn't hurt themselves. So, and they didn't go to jail.
I'm glad it's a to be continued because you know what, when it's continued, you might call a truce. Who knows? Hopefully, but
Yeah.
enough said.
Some sad things that happened. Kobe. Black the Ripper as well.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Yeah, it's actually his birthday on the day that we're filming this right now. Chadwick Boseman as well. And Caroline Flack. Remember when Tiger King got hella promotion?
Oh shit, yeah, that was a moment.
What else have I got here? Flipping. Lady Leisha signed with Dancing on Ice. I saw that as well, and obviously she span an MC out of her heels as well earlier on, a couple of weeks ago. So honourable shout out to Lady Leisha as well. I've always been saying to people, leave Lady Leisha alone because her thing is completely different to everyone.
She's not even troubling anyone.
Exactly, leave her alone. Like leave her alone because it will be an absolute problem for you. Did I mention the charity match where Chunk missed the penalty?
No, it doesn't matter.
Honourable shout out to him.
It happens, Chunks.
Honourable shout out to the Receipts podcast for the podcast in the park as well and signing their book deal.
Amazing.
Obviously the George Floyd thing happened and the Black Lives Matter thing happened, and obviously that's a whole different conversation. But what I will say is, I think a lot of people, including myself, whether we agreed with the protesting and the conspiracies around it or whatnot, I think that moment for me and for a lot of people highlighted how much ignorant thoughts people have around them on black people and black women as well. What else have I got here? Oh, did you remember the forest fires in Australia? Did anyone else see that shit?
That was mental,
That
bro.
shit was fucking
mental,
insane.
bro. Yeah, how long did it last?
Bare animals and shit died and that was going on for fucking ages,
The
bro.
Amazon this year as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Fire's thing. Do you know there's a fire that's been happening, in America since like 1970 something in some big halting, and it just still happens to this day.
Yeah.
What?
It's just been on fire forever. It's called it's meant to be the gateway to hell. They call it. Maybe even before
Let
that.
me tell you
Yeah,
something. Deforestation is a mad thing, you know. We need to talk about that one day.
that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Letitia
I do
White
like
was on hella flipping magazine covers.
Who?
From what I noticed, Letitia White is an actress.
Oh, yeah.
Actor, I don't think you say
Blood,
that.
she used to go to my grandma's house back in the day, fam.
Honourable shout out to
When we were
her.
young.
She a couple.
Oh, shit. Flipping...
Sorry.
What else is there? Alex and Alec started a new label with Def Jam, which was a major move for them. Delisa also went to Amazon as well from Apple, which was a look, but not everyone will know too much about that. Honorable shout out to Delisa.
Shout out.
And flipping, that's it that I've got here. Did I miss anything that is major? Obviously the
Shout out
COVID
Lils.
thing.
My brother in Lils, I think she got a new job at Atlantic.
Right.
And I've known Lils for the years. I remember Lils from back in the day when I used to work with her. So Lils is doing dope thing. And maybe, I'm not quite sure if it's definitely Atlantic, but don't quote me on that. But she's definitely upgrading into working at a label.
Yeah.
I know it was something she was always interested in. Shout
Big,
out
yeah, big
Marv
up to
as
her.
well.
Big up to her because that's definitely one of my favorite things in life. Anyway, Lils.
Oh,
But yeah,
Dotty.
go on anyway. Sorry, Dan.
I'm trying to think what was happening.
Shout out Marv.
Yeah, that definitely went over people's
Marv
heads. But
from
it's fine. But go on. Have you got anything?
Oh, I feel like he covered it all.
Yeah.
Chucky's
Have I missed
waiting to
anything?
get back in because he thinks she was allowed to contribute.
Yeah, I thought.
nothing,
Huh?
Dotty's new. I think
Oh yeah, Dotty left.
Apple.
Loads of people left. Loads of people left One Extra and went to Apple or went to other places and that. Still.
When are you gonna go home? To you. That's all I want my
cool.
people to do. Build up your own thing. We are the power.
Alright, boom. That's it then. Fuck it then. That's it. Is there anything that anyone needs to check out? Dan,
Yeah,
what have you
Marvin's
got?
Instagram is
Poet,
the
what have
best
you
thing
got?
in the world. I'm sorry. Marv's Instagram is the best thing in the world.
Who?
Marv.
From Free Shots.
Marvin Abbey's
I saw him wearing
Instagram.
green boots the other day.
Blood, I love his Instagram. Marvin Abbey, that's the Instagram to go to
I
this
know
week
he's
for
not a
me.
baller. I know he can't.
A football.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You can see who's a baller, innit? I feel like Chuckie was a baller back in the day.
I don't.
A little bit. No, I wasn't the guy, but I
Is
could
it?
do. Yeah, I could do. Little. I'm all right. But I was. Yeah.
Nah, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. When someone says, I'm alright. You know?
I weren't
Hey,
dead,
are you
though.
coming back?
No, I weren't dead.
You
I
know,
weren't
I'm coming back to football now.
Yeah, I am.
And
I've
I'm
gotta
coming back
take
to
him
centre
stones.
back to show you I'm not a joke.
I know you can play.
Nah, Poet can play still.
I know
can't
Paul
lie.
can play. I played with Paul in an 11-a-side match. He gave away a pen. But I know he can play.
Everything about
yeah.
It's
nah, but he
against the
can
guy
play,
from
though.
fucking, what's it called again? My brethren still, from, what are they called again?
Football Beyond Borders.
No, the big group of like, the
Oh,
massive-
Rudimental.
Rudimental.
Yeah.
You know the stocky one, Locksmith.
yeah. Can he
Locksmith
play?
is not a joke.
Can he play?
What? Locksmith is a baller, bro.
Do you know who I heard is a baller? Buck.
Oh, Buck was
I heard
crazy, bro.
Buck's a baller.
2014 Full Feather Tournament inside Nike Town, do you remember? Or 2015.
Oh yeah, I was there, but I
You
didn't
was-
see him still.
Buck was taking the piss out of loads of people.
And
But-
I heard Kano's a baller as well.
Oh yeah. He tried to get his stuff on Soccer AM one time. They said no, but Kano apparently can ball.
Oh man.
But Buck, hey, Buck and Merkston though. You remember what happened?
Oh, yeah,
at
Merkston
Shoreditch.
can play, right?
You remember what happened at Shoreditch? Him, J2K, Merkston, J2K, and Buck were gonna beat the shit out of me. I was terrified
Why?
because we were
They're
playing
gonna
football.
punch you up.
'Cause I was just getting in their head.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Buck just reminded me, you know who you are, you know who I am. I'm sorry, my brother, I just fall back quickly. But we still won.
Buck,
I'm the worst on the pitch. I'm the worst.
Yeah, same, I love
I'm
it.
the worst. I'm the worst for that. I'll wind you up. I'm in your head. Early doors. Early doors.
I love it.
Any talking, I'll be like, 90th minute. Let's do it at 90th minute.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't even have that. I know I'll probably run, but some people just get mad at Wheezy one time. My brother, you know Wheezy, short Wheezy.
Yeah.
He has thrown me into the side because I was getting into it. He's thrown. I was unconscious.
Those are the guys you get
Oh,
in the
I
head.
forgot one, by the
But
way.
You can't do it.
Oh, I forgot another one, by the way.
No, you can't like,
Chip sending for Stormzy, Stormzy sending back, Chip then sending properly, and Stormzy not replying. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on anyway. Sorry, you continue.
I can't remember what we were saying. Yeah,
Sorry.
Storms are going to the yard.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah. That's a whole different conversation. So.
Yeah.
I mean, for so
boom.
many
What
reasons,
have
that's
you-
awkward for me. So I'm
Yeah,
just
I hear that. Have you got
Some
anything
drink.
that anyone needs to see?
Marvin's Instagram. I don't know if I told
Callum,
you
what
about
have you
it.
got?
Nothing.
Next, well, come on, bruv. Emil Ambrosia, that EP there. Check that.
Fucking hell, how can I
Fucking
not
sick.
say it? You lot, I released clothing this year,
Shit.
and I worked really hard at it. Got my dad and my brother and the thingy bob. It is absolutely amazing. We've got the PJs coming out. I'm doing a whole photo shoot with some really beautiful women. Watch out for that. And watch out for the new Elephant in Room on New Year's Day with me.
No,
Chuckie.
This comes out on the same day that comes out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, once you finish watching this, go and watch
watch
Elephant
that.
in the Room. It's with about COVID-19. Now, please do take into account it was shot a little bit earlier.
It was shot in like September,
October. But it's got the date when it was
early
shot
October.
on it anyway.
Okay, cool.
And I think me, Chuckie, and Lippy have done fantastically well.
Yeah.
And
And I built a playlist called Avoiding the Noise. It's on Spotify and
What's it got on it?
just songs that I like.
What genres?
Everything. So it's structured as well. So if you listen to it in its entirety, it starts off kind of hardcore-ish and then it goes into, and then it just ends with slow jams and shit, and there's bare tunes in there.
Shit,
yeah.
well, everything just in one mix.
Yeah, yeah.
One,
You can do
one
it, you
big.
know?
Yeah. But it's structured. But however, I was listening to it in my car on shuffle and it flows nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chuckie, can you do me?
Mike, come on, Dan. You know Mike. You understand
Nah,
what I'm saying?
hey,
What, the songs that I'm putting in there, even like the rap songs and that, are not far off.
Slow jams. I hear
In some
you.
sense.
Yeah, melodic.
I got Rimsey.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
Rimsey and Hiley in there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Rimsey's cold,
yeah,
fam.
Rimsey's bad. Rimsey's bad
Rimsey's
boy. I want
fucking
to have a
cold.
conversation with Rimsey actually.
I
But,
messaged him to have a conversation with him as well. I really
Is
like
it? Yeah,
him.
he's sick. Yeah, man. Listen. Well, let me just while we're here.
Hey, Chuckie, can you agree to it on camera? Can you do the one poll with me, please?
Of course, you haven't even asked me like as a official.
But I'm asking you right now on camera.
course.
I want you to do one poll. I saw one of the comments here. So I was
Produced
like,
by me as well, remember?
produced by Dan. Dan, are you going to produce it, yeah?
Yeah.
You know the new one polls are going to be crazy.
I'm staying all the way here until we get to the hook.
DJ.
And the hook's coming right now. He goes by the name of Hiley. Watch him now.
Shout
Well, you got something for me, Dan?
Morgan Keys.
Yeah, honourable shout out to Morgan. And yeah.
And shout out Marv. I don't know if I've said it, but can you go over to Marv's Instagram, please, for me? It's one of the best Instagrams available.
What you got for me, Dan?
I'm just trying to find the old school room.
I think Chuckie's had enough of me now.
Do you know what?
Nah, man.
Oh, look, I'm at Taser's in Dubai. My brother. Also go over to Taser.
Hey, Taser won up. I don't know if he said this on the thing yet, but he won a lovely bet, boy, earlier on this year. But I'll let him say it because I don't want to say it if he ain't said it. But he won a really
Sing my money.
lovely one.
I really
I
like
love
Taser.
Taser actually. You know,
Shout out
Taser's a
Taser.
good like.
Good dad.
What, a football bet?
He's all yeah, a bookies thing.
Oh, mad.
But he's like Taser's a proper. He's been consistently just been a genuine brother.
From day one.
Yeah.
What was the first 40s? Shout out
Yeah,
40s.
honourable shout out to.
Shout out Sinead Harnett. She's had a
Oh,
good
honourable
year.
shout out to Sinead Harnett as well.
Done her thing. Who else I got on there? Shout out Abdi TV. I think I saw you today, Abdi TV, but I was gone, so I don't know.
What have you got, Dan?
It's not playing. I was
Why?
going to play an old school thing, a Rimsey thing, but it's gone.
Oh, old school Rimsey thing.
2-1, but
Alright, boom, we're out of here. Flipping 2021, bitch.
it's mad.
Shout out Brent Fires and Jesse James.
Oh, go on, you got more, yeah? Go on.
I've got nothing to say. Alright,
listen.
Don't go yet, because after this we're all going home, and I'm not
Now
going
we've
to
got
see
to
you.
take a picture in that quick still.
Absolutely.
Flipping, yeah, thanks like for the support from everyone and that, people that have listened, people that's been listening for time, people that might have just jumped on in 2020. And yeah, like people that have just given words of encouragement or even just given constructive criticism or ideas for things to talk about and whatnot. It goes a long way, trust me. So love and guidance to everyone, yeah.
Shout out Skepta.
Bless, yeah, big up Skepta. He killed that flipping Kid
Every
Cudi
day.
feature.
Oh, he killed the Kid
mad.
Cudi feature.
Yeah.
I want to see the guns the same time as Kevin Hart.
Listen, let me. I'm surprised. Yeah. Listen, That's me. Alright, listen. Callum, you got any last words, bro? Good? Alright, love and
Shout out
God.
my Turkey shop round the corner, fam.
Yeah, bless you.
Realist.
Honourable shout out to
realist,
Fez Mongal.
fam.
You already
Barbers,
know.
realist.